Finally! The PSA orders have come back to my house. Took a long time, and we're going to get into that. Stick around and find out what did I get in this return. There's some serious stuff. What's up, wrestling fans, trading card collectors? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards. I'm your host, Zhan. You can check me out on social platforms at ZhanMorning. Yeah, finally, these cards came back. This order, this is actually two separate PSA orders, was from December 2020 and January 2021. So, yes, we are way past I don't even remember what, this is a cheap service. It was like $12 a card back when that was a thing. Who remembers that? But I'm glad these things finally got back to me, and it was well worth the wait, because as you're going to see in the reveal, there are a lot of cards in here that, sure, we wanted them back at a decent time, but the fact that they came back now with the market where wrestling cards are now, a lot of this stuff I had planned to keep, but I can't keep them at the prices that they're going for. Now, some of them I am going to keep, and I will specify that and specify my plans for what I have for these cards as we kind of go through them. I'm also going to talk about why I chose to grade them, why maybe I think the card is important, and maybe that will help you guys. Maybe it'll benefit you. Maybe it'll help you realize of cards you don't need to send in, or maybe ones you do, things to look at, maybe things I missed, because as you're going to see, there's a couple of duds, but there's a lot of bangers in this video too. And again, stick around at the end of the video for a little bit more details on how you can potentially own some of the cards in this video. And trust me, there's some people out there that are going to want some of these. But before we get into the PSA reveal from many, many years ago.
But I don't like it when things aren't going my way.
Just a few reminders of how you, that's right, you watching this video right now, can help support my content. The easiest thing you can do, and it's free, you're already here, hit that subscribe button, takes 2 seconds, and give me a like if you're enjoying this, or if you just like watching PSA reveal videos. There's a lot of people out there that just like those. Make sure to check out the podcasts I'm part of, the Wrestling with Cards podcast, my solo podcast, and the Worlds Collide podcast with Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com. You can find both of those on all popular podcast platforms, no matter where you're listening. Please subscribe to those, and if you like them, leave a review. If you'd like to help show your support monetarily to this channel to help keep it going, to keep, putting PSA reveals out or box breaks or whatever we're going to do on this channel, make sure to check out the Patreon page for Wrestling with Cards, where for as little as $1 a month, you can help show your support, get your name in the credits of all the videos for as long as you're a patron member, and there's other tiers that will give you bonus access to content or requesting video topics, or even coming on the show if you want to be a member of the Wrestling with Cards booking committee. Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't WCW. It's Wrestling with Cards on Patreon. And don't forget to check out links to my social platforms, mostly at ZhanMorning if you want to follow me on whatever social platform you like to operate on. And links to the eBay store. We're going to talk about more of that at the end of this video. And links to buy me a coffee if you'd like to make a donation. I actually have an iced coffee sitting off camera right over here as we go through these reveals. I'm going to have to stay caffeinated. But enough of that. For what you guys are here for, let's jump into this double PSA order reveal. Alright, so as you saw in the thumbnail, it's the dead man. It's the Undertaker. He's finally retiring. So I figured, you know what? Let's just start running through the Undertaker cards I got. Alright, here is a 2020 base chrome PSA 10. That's right, starting out with the 10. I just really love the 2020 chrome set and was very happy to get a 10. Here's a same card refractor 10. Very pleased with that. Another refractor for a 10. We're banging out these 10s. Off to a good start. X-fractor, same set. Another 10. These chrome cards are grading very well. Another 10. We just keep them going. It's like we've started the Gem Mint 10, PSA 10 streak for the king of the streak, the Undertaker. I want to say something about the green really quick. The out of 99 green, a lot of people, especially in sports cards, it's kind of disrespected. Not as many people want this, but there is something about this 2020 chrome green that just really stands out to me. There's some, you might see some of the other cards in the reveal later, and there's some other cards I've seen in this green. I just really love I love all the colors, but the green just really stands out to me for some reason. So, gotta love that 10 though. Oh, we broke the streak. well, just like Undertaker's streak. We couldn't get all 10s. We had to get a 9. But gold refractor out of 50, PSA 9. There's something really cool, I think, about these finest returns cards. With the Undertaker specifically in this card, I really like the blue and the red, but if you kind of look, it looks like he's walking kind of out of the tunnel, going to the ring, and right here on the sides, it kind of looks like these cool gold flames that are coming up. So just really cool image of a cool card. I know Finest hasn't really taken off yet as much as Chrome has, but again, you cannot go wrong with any gold stuff. So shiny gold. So real quick, next up, we're going through a stack of sports cards. And this is just a little bit of a teaching moment and just kind of how I've grown as a collector. If you look at some of my past videos, you will see I was buying a lot of sports stuff, a little bit of prospecting, and there's a lot of the sports stuff I purchased I still stand behind and I still absolutely love. But I'm just not connecting as much with a lot of the sports. Now, I am still a diehard NFL fan, diehard Bills Mafia, but I like to play fantasy football still, so I'm still, dabbling with NFL, and that's mostly what is in here. You're going to see that. But I'm not as, I'd rather spend my time, my money, into something I connect with. That's mostly wrestling. It's a little bit of Marvel, some sports. Again, we'll talk about that. But I just wanted to get that out there because a lot of you guys have probably seen me talk about sports cards on some of my older videos, and we're not doing that as much today. So just trying to get my thoughts out there and being transparent while we go through these. So let's get back to these, and we're going to go through some sports cards real quick. All right, kicking it off with Kyler Murray, we've got another PSA 10. Undertaker had to break that streak with a 9, go figure, but we're back to the 10s, at least temporarily. Now, the reason I loved these cards, you probably saw them on a past mail day video, I just love the space background here. This is a standard card, too. Like, it's you see the refractor finish, but it's not actually a refractor. It is an insert, the Titan insert from Chronicles, which I don't know that a lot of people have seen these, but there's something about, again, the refractor finish with that space background I just love. You got to love the rookie card symbol. Now, a lot of people probably know if you watch football, Kyler Murray kind of flamed out this year towards the end, and he's had some, I don't know what you want to call it, drama with the Cardinals, so I'm not even sure that he is going to be back with the team or what's going on. But, I looked at what these were going for, and as much as I've got in the card, and as much as I paid for grading, I could still potentially make a little bit of money if I decide to sell this, which, I don't have any huge attachment to. If this was Josh Allen, you better believe it's staying in the collection, but not a huge connection to Kyler Murray anymore, so I'll probably get rid of that. More Kyler Murray, and this is the same card but orange. So parallel, I think this is 99, is that right here? Oh, 49. Okay, so only 49 of these exist, PSA 9. Can't complain with that. Ugh. PSA 6, another one. Now this is the red. This is a color match, so I thought, hey, red jersey, that's a team color, matches, perfect. This one is the one that's out of 99. So now let's talk a little bit about why maybe I got a 6 on this. I'm not sure if I missed something on the surface. You can see it's just a tad bit off center. Everything else looks pretty clean on it. This stuff right here you're saying is actually on the outside of the slab, so it's not on the card. Not a lot of edge wear, so I'm guessing I missed something on the surface. I really don't think this is a situation where PSA decided they wanted to have some population control and give me a 6 because there's a bunch of 10s. Like, there's only 99 of these cards, so I don't know. It is something that I did, but again, no more than I have into this, even at a 6. Guys, there's a lot of people out there that say, well, if you get, below a PSA 8, you're going to be underwater on the card. Sure, that could be the case, depending on how much you spent, but you've got to know your margins. You've got to know going into buying a card and going into grading that card, if you so choose, kind of what you got going into it, and if you could potentially get that back out if, you decide you want to sell it for some reason. So just wanted to get that out there that, even if you get non-PSA 10s, here's a 6, I'll still be able to sell this thing. More Kyler Murray. You can tell that I was expecting him to be huge. Now let's talk a little bit about this. This could be something that we see coming to wrestling cards, and this is the Rated Rookie Retro that Panini did. This was kind of like a Panini Instant. Yeah, it is Instant, actually. You can see it right there. So this isn't number 1 out of 280. What this means is there were 280 of these produced, kind of like an on-demand thing like what you've seen with Topps now. And the old school Donruss logo, is this 89 or 90? I can't remember, but the retro throwback Donruss rated rookie. You gotta love that. And this is a really cool card. Some with the black, and if anybody knows the baseball equivalents to these, the original ones, the chipping is really bad on the edges. So I'm surprised I got a 9 on that. I mean, it was a clean card, but again, Kyler Murray's not super hot right now. Could I hold on to this and try to sell into a hot market? Sure. But I don't like to do that. I just like to put things out there and let them sell for what they sell for. And dollar cost average. You know, could I make $5 on this card? Sure. Could I make 500? Sure. But if I'm making 5 now or making 500 2 years from now, I could put that 5 into something else and just keep that rolling if I choose not to keep the card. More football. Patrick Mahomes. Gotta love Mahomes. Oh, we got another 10. Look at that. This is a hype insert. It's really not that sought after, but again, PSA 10, and you know, I'm into this card for like under $5. So yeah, can't beat that. Another PSA 10. This is 2019, and the reason I chose 2019 is because that's the year that they won the Super Bowl. So I just thought it would be kind of a cool play for, you know, some, not really the investor bros, you know, I had to do the quotes, but more so for like diehard Chiefs fans that they want to get into cards. They want to connect with their team and their sport, but they want something affordable. And that's another thing. There's a lot of people out there, and you know, I've said this with wrestling cards a little bit, but there's a lot of people out there that say base is dead, don't buy base cards. Guys, base cards is where the hobby started. There are still diehard people putting together sets of base cards. Base cards is how kids get into the hobby most of the time. So don't let kind of the mainstream narrative, sorry, I thought I had like a crack on here or something. It looked weird. But don't let the mainstream narrative always dictate what you should or shouldn't be buying. Just take it with a grain of salt and then kind of apply what you want to do in the hobby. So, again, I told you there would be teaching moments along with this reveal. Another Patrick Mahomes card, the same exact card. I actually got both of the two that you just saw and that hype in the same lot. Like, I think it was late 2020, right? Maybe right before I sent these cards in. I got all three of those in a lot for like $15 shipped. So you're talking about $5 or less per card, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to get that out of it. Again, PSA 9. Talking about some basketball. I haven't bought any basketball in a long time. Luka Doncic. Not the hottest thing right now, but still, you know, still pretty popular. PSA 8, not great, especially with how high produced some of these cards are, but again, was into this for not a lot of money. Luka's pretty popular. Even within the collect, his market's down, but collectors still love him. More Luka, PSA 8, playoff rookie card. And then another Luka. This is a PSA 9 rookie card from, let's see what set says, I can't remember. Oh, Chronicles. So yeah, just some random basketball. Not into those cards for very much at all. And, you know, okay grades. We'll see what happens. Enough of that, though. Let's get back into the wrestling. Let's get into a little bit of random wrestling. I got some random stuff. We're just going to start it off. Cody Rhodes. Is he going to return to WrestleMania for the WWE? Or is he going to return soon on TV? Who knows? Who knows what Cody Rhodes is doing? PSA 8, not the greatest on this card. I thought it was going to do a little bit better. Not sure. Centering looks okay. I mean, it's the top to bottom centering on these cards is usually like that. So, again, there's a little bit of damage right here on the back. That could have done it right there. That's on the case. But this is the definitive Cody Rhodes rookie card. There's another ringside rookie insert card that came out of this same set. I actually like that card more because it's an insert. It's harder to find. It was a like Walmart Blaster exclusive, I believe. But like this is kind of the more liquid. This is, you know, Michael Jordan has the 86 Fleer that, you know, everyone considered his rookie card. This is kind of that equivalent for Cody Rhodes. So random Andre the Giant. You guys know I'm not the biggest Andre fan, but I had this card in a box. To get a PSA 9 on it is awesome. Like, I think I pulled this out of a pack in 2007. I just bought some random WWE packs, and I've just had it in a box ever since, and lo and behold, it gets a 9. Now, it's just a base, nothing really fancy about it, but I just think it's a cool image. Like, the chrome always rules, and the image they used on this, pretty nice. So there's probably an Andre collector that's going to be happy with that. This one I was impressed with. 85 Topps, Roddy Piper, definitive rookie card of his, and just a crazy image of Roddy there. Love the design of this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. You know, initially I wanted to keep it. But I've also seen that, what the 9 or what the 7, like what people are paying for these. And I'm like, does this really fit my PC? As we go through these cards, we're going to talk about that. I'm hoping you listened. On one of my recent podcasts I did was about narrowing your focus and what is it you can get by focusing on just a few things in your PC as opposed to trying to cast a wide net and get everything. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if this one's going to stay in the PC or not, but if not, it'll be available on the eBay store. Again, I talked about the green refractors. Here's the green from that same 2020 Chrome that I showed you the Undertaker earlier. Green Auto, 99, Drew McIntyre. I'm not sure what I missed on this again with the 8. It looked very clean to me. But, I think this card I paid like $10 for or something. Just very low cost entry. So there's a Drew McIntyre fan out there that's going to enjoy that one. More stuff. Another PSA 10, Charlotte. Out of 199 auto. I love the design and image of this card. I like the on-card autos as opposed to stickers. I'll do stickers. You guys know that. You've seen them. But these Undisputed cards are just amazing. Another fun fact is this is one of the thicker PSA cases. Kind of hard to see, but this back kind of protrudes out a little bit as opposed to... here, let's use the Drew McIntyre. I don't know that you can see. It's a little bit thicker. So if you're sending in thicker cards, don't worry. These stack up. If you like to stack your slabs, these stacking slabs. Go figure. Check out random mention. Check out Brett McGrath and the Stacking Slabs podcast. Shout out Brett. But stacking these is still just as good. Now, $199, not that rare, but Charlotte is one of my favorite female wrestlers across the board, whether it's WWE, NXT, AEW, any of the indies. She's one of my favorites, following in her dad's footsteps. So, again, not into that for very much either. Now, we've got the Randy Orton, the Brock Lesnar, the John Cena, and the Batista. All 4 of these. 9898. Not terrible. Not spectacular, but not terrible. Now, this one, recently you saw Brett McGrath sell a copy of this. He had the highest selling one of this. Can we follow that? I'm not sure. I can tell you right now, this card is going to be available on the eBay store. And I should have also specified, most of these are going to be put up for buy it now price. And, I'm always willing to negotiate. So if you guys have an offer that's, a respectful offer, I'll talk more about that at the end of the video about some trading and bargaining etiquette that a lot of you guys in the wrestling card community need to learn. Anyway, sorry to get on the soapbox, but this one will be available. And, if they sit in the store and I don't think they're moving, I might put them up for auction. But this is the big 4 that you can always find in the 2002 Fleer Royal Rumble set that most people are always talking about. So happy to have those, especially with the grade. Here we got a Sting rookie, 1988 NWA All-Stars. There's this one, and there's another one I can't remember. This is card number 17. I think the other one's like maybe 120 something. Kind of a similar picture, but he's wearing purple. PSA 6, not great, way off center. Probably some surface damage, probably some edge wear, but again, there's a difference with when you're here. When you're talking about modern. If you get an 8, sometimes it's not as great. But with some of this vintage stuff, 6s, 7s, sometimes 4s or 5s, you guys can see that in pre-war baseball where, you can see a card go for hundreds of thousands of dollars that's an SGC3 or a PSA 2 or PSA 5 or whatever, BGS 2, whatever it is. Vintage is just a little bit different, and that's something you have to learn when you're looking at pricing. So happy to have this. I do already have another one already signed by Sting. That will be the one I'm keeping. This one will be available. You know what? I just mentioned Sting. Let's talk some Blade Runners. I'm going to put the Blade Runners back together. Yeah, what a team. What a team the Blade Runners were. If you don't know the Blade Runners, go back and check out some Mid-South and some Memphis. Ultimate Warrior, Heritage, Blue. I think this is the Big Legends, maybe is what this was called. I can't really remember, but out of 50... And you don't see the blue out of 50 very often. Usually the out of 50 ends up being gold with tops, but happy to have a PSA 9 on this. I mean, I think I spent $10 on this card to be transparent, so that's definitely going to be nice if I decide to sell it. Here's the gold. This is more like kind of what Prism Gold, again, Prism's coming out for wrestling. You're going to have to get used to these numbers. Usually Prism Golds are out of 10. This one is out of 10. Happy to have a 9 on that as well. Low cost entry on that card. More Ultimate Warrior. 1990 Classic, card 61, PSA 8. Not terrible for what this is. Now, here's the thing on this. You guys know I do not like the Classic wrestling set at all. Like, I understand the Ultimate Warrior cards in here because a lot of people will see those as a rookie, and that's okay if that's, you know, here's the thing with these. This is what I wanted to explain. These are selling. So, if people are buying them, that means people want them. Regardless of what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. The market says people want these cards. So guess what? I'm going to sell into that market. And, you know, we'll see what we can get onto this. More random wrestling. My favorite card in the 87 Topps set. PSA 7 Bret Hart. These are really hard to grade. Again, we've talked about that, and you've probably heard that on numerous podcasts and episodes of wrestling card content that are out there. These are hard to grade, but man, look at that image. Just, you know, the pink and black attack, red, white, and blue borders. This is his rookie card. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. It is an iconic card. You know, that's the thing, is that this is the card that stands out in the set. Does it fit my PC and what I'm actually going for? I'm not really sure yet, so still thinking on that one. 1997 Cardinal Trivia, PSA 7. Not great, but again, I'm probably into this card for like $10. A lot of the stuff you're seeing today is things that have sit in my box forever. Even before the grading glut, like, this stuff was just kind of sitting around when I decided to send in a huge order. So, not sure. This was probably going to be available. That's kind of the running theme. Not one, not two. Stone Cold Steve Austin 95, PSA 9. You got to love that on these cards. I mean, you can't really see it because there's not a lot, but these cards are notorious for chipping and edge wear. Kind of like the 98 comic images, but love these. One of these is definitely staying in the PC because I love Austin. I love this card. I've talked about it before about how this is the card that I like as his rookie card. Do I own the other ones? The one out of the 93 yearbook or 92, whatever it is, and the Chromie? I absolutely own those. And I like those just as well. But if I had to pick one as the rookie card, I really like this one. I really like the Chromie. But, you know, use the David Peck approach. You got to get them all. So one of these will be available if any of you are interested. And we've got more 95 cards, WCW main event. Macho Man Randy Savage. This just screams Slim Jim. PSA 8, not the greatest. As you can see on this one, see that edge wear? It's not even that bad on this card, and it knocked it down to an 8. Look at the corner there, across the top, a little bit on the side there. These cards are just really, really not good at grading. So, you know what? I'll take an 8, especially with an iconic image. Again, what makes this card special? This is the first WCW card of Macho Man. Now, you know, maybe it sounds like I'm trying to pump a market or make something happen. It just is what it is. Like, that's his first WCW card. People like to buy firsts of things. So, same thing with this one. PSA 9, so a little bit better. This card set is the first card set of WCW to feature Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. So to have them on the same card, pretty cool. Again, not sure if it's going to fit the PC kind of as I've refocused. This one I love. What an iconic image. And this does, you know, take WCW out of it. Take this being his first WCW card out of that as well. Look at that image. Big old belt, ripping the shirt off, going crazy, like you would expect, with Jimmy Hart going back in the background, going nuts. Like, this is just such an amazing pro wrestling shot. Now, am I happy with a 7? Not really. I've talked before, even on this video, about how some things you'll still be able to do okay on. I probably will on this one again due to what I'm into the card for. But this isn't quite vintage. I talk about how vintage stuff, you know, sometimes if you get a 2 on, if you get a 5, you can, like, that's good. That is not the greatest on this, but you know what? There is a Hulk Hogan fan out there that's going to enjoy this card. And, you know, stuff like this is also, maybe this is a good opportunity for somebody to get into grading and, you know, buy kind of because this isn't going to be priced crazy. So maybe they can buy something like this and learn, like, how cards are graded essentially by looking at this or learning about PSA. There's a lot of things to learn that, you know, low-end slabs can help people with. More classic. I don't need to say much about this. PSA 8, so meh, whatever. Cool image. I do like the image, but again, the card just doesn't do anything for me personally. But people are buying these. People love the classic set, so guess what? We're selling into that market. 91 Classic, a little bit different, PSA 8. Again, now these are also, you know, I talk about chipping, edgeware, corners. With the blue, You can't tell it as much on the back, but with the blue, it shows up really badly, so I'll take an 8. And again, this is a set that people love, so we'll take it and we'll move on. I've maybe saved the best for last. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. You saw in the thumbnail, we had the Undertaker. I wanted to do that because he's going into the Hall of Fame this year and, you know, kind of riding off into the sunset. Plus, his face was kind of my reaction to having to wait so long for my PSA orders. That being said, this next stack of cards is the true main event of this return, and you'll see why. And I hope you like The Rock.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
All right, huge stack of Rock. PSA 6, not good. Again, these cards are so hard to grade. Did I expect to get a 6? No. But did I expect to get a 10? No. Because these things are so hard to grade. So, you know, this is what a lot of people consider his rookie card. It is what it is. There's always going to be a market for the Rock stuff. And I mentioned on that last Hogan card, this will be maybe an inexpensive way for somebody to get a graded card if they so choose. Card number 8 of the 1998 Comic Images. PSA 7, not great. But again, you can see kind of the edge where this is not on the surface. That's on the outside sleeve. But there, so you can see that around the edges. I knew these were not going to grade well because they never do. But again, getting the Rock stuff in a slab, PSA 7, you know, we'll take it. And again, I was buying these cards for next to nothing a couple years ago. So, you know, we'll take it and we'll move on. PSA 10, orange out of 99. 30 years of Survivor Series, The Rock with the big gold belt, which we don't see very often. This is one of those thicker cards I mentioned. This is, I believe, out of Undisputed. Yeah, right at the top. Wow, Zhan, you're an idiot. Read the top. Know what you're sending in, right, pal? There's just something really cool about this card that I liked. I think I paid $1 for it, maybe $2. I don't know. I've got all this stuff probably on a mail day video that you can go back and find out. Maybe I'm saying the wrong numbers, but I know I didn't pay very much, a couple bucks for this card probably. PSA 10 though, gotta love it. We'll see what kind of people want for that. 2006 Topps Chrome X-Fractor, PSA 6. Now let's talk a little bit about this. I don't care what this graded. These cards of The Rock in this set do not pop up very often. I can't remember what the odds are. I want to say it was like 1 in every 90 packs or 95 packs or something like that to get the X-Fractor. And real quick, on the 2006 Chrome set, there was the Refractors, X-Fractors, and the Superfractors. Now, the Superfractors in this set are out of 25, which is different than what we're used to now, where they're out of 1. So this is actually a pretty rare card. I don't care what the grade is. This is a situation where you buy the card, not the grade. I mean, sure, if you can find these out there at a higher grade, go for it. That's absolutely fantastic. There's just something iconic about this X-Fractor parallel with this card design. And another thing, this is the first Topps Chrome product for WWE and the first Rock Topps Chrome product. The whole set has some of the most iconic names of WWF history. And there's other guys that, you know, like Ric Flair. He wasn't in the WWF that long in the early 90s, but everybody knows him from Crockett, NWA, WCW. He's in there. Hogan's in there. Austin's in there. Obviously, The Rock. There's other talent in there. I would definitely dig into this set if you have not already. The first Topps Chrome set. Probably going to keep this one for a while, even at PSA 6. I just love the card. Don't really want to sell it. Talking about selling into hot markets, though, the finest 2020 finest modern shiny stuff is going nuts right now, especially for The Rock. PSA 9, definitely will take that. Again, this is a short print. It doesn't say it on here, and the short prints on these are anything over 100. So at card 101 to, I think there's like maybe 25 or 30 cards, maybe I'm wrong, but anything over that 100 limit has the refractor finish, but it's not actually a refractor, it's a short print, even though it doesn't say it. We've got Rock Gold. PSA 9, gold out of 50, finest refractor. Wow. What a card. You guys know Rock Gold stuff is going crazy. This one is absolutely going to be available. As much as I like this card, I don't like it well enough to not hang on to it for what the prices are going for. Another Rock Gold. This one I do like a little bit more, but again, Rock Gold stuff is just on fire right now, so we'll see what the market says about these cards and if they want to pay the prices that I put on them. You know, that's another thing I want to talk about. When you see these in my eBay store, usually I like to price things around what comps are, but stuff like this, like comps are going to be so hard. So I'll put a price up. I'm always willing to negotiate, but we'll see what happens with this. Here's more green that I talked about. PSA 9, 2020, Topps Chrome Green Refractor, The Rock. This image, this card design, I just love it. I'm probably going to hang on to, well, we've got some more Rock 2020 Chrome stuff you're going to see in a minute, but probably going to hang on to most of these. I actually close to a rainbow. I'm not really going after the rainbow, but it's just kind of something that happened. PSA 10 X-Fractor, man, I don't know what to do. Like, I really want to try to test the market with this one, with it being a PSA 10, and we saw that the raw ones alone are selling for like $75 at the time of recording. So who knows what this would do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I have more X-Fractor cards that have not been sent in yet, but here's a Refractor 9. I mean, even the basic Refractor design is just awesome with this card. PSA 9. Another PSA 9 Refractor. Not terrible. Here's the base Chrome PSA 9. And a PSA 10 base Chrome. Now again, I don't know if I'm going to keep all of these or not, because it is kind of cool to have, like, here's 4 right there of the rainbow, and I've got more to come. No surprises. You may have seen stuff on mail day, but there's other stuff I've got too. So I don't know if I want to try to maybe just, sell these odd ones and keep this. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure yet, but man, some amazing cards. Could not have gotten them back at a better time. I'm very impressed with some of these grades. Some of them were duds, as you could see. Overall, very happy. Luckily, didn't get upcharged on any of these, so that's a good thing. And I continue to say that I like SGC. I still really like SGC. They're still my favorite slabs. But everybody knows that when it comes to the Cadillac of grading companies, when you're looking at value, as you can see from a lot of these, they're going to get some high-end value, I'm hoping, for the cards that they are. We'll see, but speaking of that, if you saw something you want on this video, all of these cards, at the time of this video's release, will be live on my eBay store. Again, links in the show notes to check out everything I've got going on in the eBay store. And there's other things, too, in that store. There's, wrestling cards if you're trying to put a set together, trying to help, your kid out, start getting into cards. There's stuff in there for as little as $1 with 73 cents shipping, so there's a lot of good deals. However, there's going to be a lot of these slabs that you saw in the video and other slabs, mid-range, high-end. They're going to be all kinds of prices. And I want to just throw one more thing out there.
You losers out there, shut up and pay attention because I got a lot to talk about.
A lot of people want to sell and trade, which I am a huge advocate of trading, and I'm a huge advocate of selling off of eBay. And a lot of people want to do that on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook groups, etc. I am all for that. But guys, after what you've seen in the video today and my experience with selling and operating on social media, there's a lot of good people out there I've made relationships with. But at the same time, there are a lot of people out there who approach me like, hey, how much is this card? And I give them like below eBay comps, and they say, oh, well, that's not in my price range. Guys, if you're going to come, just a little bit of etiquette here for if you're new to the hobby or if you don't trade or buy very much. If you're coming to somebody and you're interested in a card to purchase or trade, either way, make sure you're doing some research first. You guys saw that I put the 82 Wrestling All-Stars Hogan out there, which I still have. And I have a couple of people that have messaged me about trying to work some deals. They're trying to build up the bankroll, build up the stack of cards to trade, whatever it is we end up doing. But a lot of people came to me like, hey, I'm interested in this card. Okay, well, here's the price. And they say, well, it's out of my price range. Well, why did you even ask? Like, what do you expect a Hogan 82 All-Stars to go for? $5 and a ham sandwich? I mean, it's just not going to happen, guys. And if you don't like the message I'm giving you, again, I'm not trying to be critical of anyone's collection or the way they operate, but if you want the stuff that costs a lot of money, just start working at it. Flip the cards, find stuff that you don't like, that you think you can find some arbitrage on and sell. Maybe go through your PC and find the stuff that maybe isn't as important to you anymore that you could move and then just build up to something you do want and just keep that snowball rolling. Honestly, that's how I got all the cards on this PSA reveal that you guys saw today. Told the story numerous times. I started with a 4-row box of just junk, well, quote junk, at the LCS, and I already had the eBay store, been on eBay since 2006, but I started flipping these for $1, $2, $5. And to most of the mainstream hobby, that's not very much money. But all that stuff accumulates if you're doing it in volume, if you're putting in the work. I work a full-time job. I work full-time on eBay. The eBay store's a full-time job also. So there's not a lot of time, and that's kind of the sacrifice that I have to put in to not have to spend a lot of my life money on cards and get, you know, the amazing which I don't even have that great of a collection, but I mean, it's amazing in my mind. I would have never expected with $15 and, you know, some drive and work ethic that I would get where I'm getting. So, sorry to go on a little bit of a rant here. I just wanted to really be transparent because it's something that's been bothering me with people I see, and specifically in wrestling card. Like, everybody out there in sports cards, they will, you know, if it's $10,000, they'll pay the $10,000 or they'll trade into it. You know, that's a huge thing. Not having $10,000 cash hand, you just trade into it. You got a bunch of cool stuff, right? That's probably accumulated in value. But wrestling cards, specifically the wrestling card community, it's just something that you guys are going to have to learn. A lot of you guys are good. I've done numerous deals, you know, constant deals, reoccurring trades, recurring sales off of eBay with some of you out there. And if you know, you know I'm talking about you, and I thank you for that. But it's just some etiquette that I think people in the wrestling card space need to learn, that you can't just go out and get these high-end cards for what you deem as a value. So, again, sorry about the rant, but just wanted to get that out there. Again, if you want anything that was seen in this video, as I specified, there was a few things I was probably going to keep for a while, but a lot of it is going to be available and will be on my eBay store, and I'm always willing to deal, as I said. However, don't be disrespectful when you're coming with offers or trades. And if you are, I'm just not going to do business with you. So it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully more PSA reveal videos down the road. We'll see when they get my orders in, and maybe some SGC orders too. I still really like SGC, as I stated, but enough rambling and ranting. I know you guys were here for the reveal, but I greatly appreciate you watching, spending the time out of your day to consume my content. It means a ton, and that's why I keep doing it. So, until next time, keep collecting, keep having fun. Click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content. We'll see you there, pal.